Hello my friends, this is Amner Hunter from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you on this video. This time around I wanna check out the free version of the latest release by IK Multimedia when it comes to drum plugin. This plugin, it's called Modo Drums and it's the version 1.5 which was released very recently, and on this version it's included a free kit, the Studio one, that I am gonna check out in this video. I am gonna walk you through all of the features that are included in this free version. Also, I am gonna set the drum sound to test finally this whole kit in a full mix with guitars and bass. We're gonna listen to some before and after tests as well. As usual, all of the applicable links are going to be down below in the description and first comments, and don't forget to check out the timestamps as well that I leave you down below. Before we dive deep into the content, my friends, I would like to invite you to my website amnerhunter.com, where I have some freebies for you. I have some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, such as the guide to make more music in 30 to 60 minutes a day, also the checklist with 8 steps to mix a song from scratch using only free plugins, and also I have the #1 law or rule of home recording studio. Also, I have some free tools available, a huge collection of guitar impulses, a brand new drum sample pack for rock and metal, among other utilities, and finally don't forget to check out my blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. So now let's get straight into the video. When you open up the VST, this is the main window. You have here the different kits, right? But these ones are for the paid version. On the free version, you only get the Studio one. I'm sure it's based on the Yamaha drums, judging by the logo that you have here. Down here at the left, you have a velocity control. Turn it down and turn it up. This will increase the intensity of the drum hits. And down here you have a player to go through the different groups that we're gonna check out in a moment. You can also move between the different groups that are built within this plugin. You can create a loop and you have a master volume output of the plugin here. You can also make this window bigger, which is pretty cool. You have also some presets available for the natural kit, like 6 presets you have available here, and you can save some presets as well. Up here you have different tabs where you can customize, where you can change the play style, you can change also the room where this kit is being heard, and you have also the mixer, which we're gonna see more in depth in a moment, the groups section, and the mapping. So let's move on with the customize tab. Right here you can choose whatever part of the kit you want, and just by clicking on each part of the drum kit you're gonna get sound immediately. Notice how it changes up here, the different kicks, but for this free version you only get one model of the drum kit, right? One kick drum, one type of snare, and the same for the toms. All right, whatever part you choose here, you have the option to edit this element. So for instance, you choose the snare in this case and you click here where it says edit element, and you can customize different parts of the snare. You can choose different shells, also the woods, the bottom part, and you can go to another part of the drum kit with this button. You can control these things individually. You have a lot of control over that. Here you can move the volume up of the sound of this upper part of the snare. You can change the tension. Pretty interesting. Also with the other parts of the drum kit as well. You can also add more room or overheads. So let's go back to the snare here. So I'm gonna play this loop and let's see how this snare changes with these parameters. Then we move on with the play style. We can change here several options. You can change the drumsticks, no tip, teardrop nylon, teardrop wood, right? The material of the drumstick. You can also alter the volume. This is for the left hand and this is for the right hand. You can change where the hit is being applied. Let's move on with the room. You can choose here booth, mid studio, garage, bunker, large studio, cathedral, club, venue, different types of studios. Let's go through all of them here. I'm gonna play this loop. Let's move on with the mixer. You can add equalizers, you can add compression to the individual parts of the drum kit. You can add also distortion, clipping. You can also add reverbs and delays and other effects as well. You can turn off the different processors here. You can add one here in this like insert section. So let's add, for instance, a compressor and you click on it and you have this compressor for the kick drum, for instance. You can pan also the parts of the drum kit. You have the fader, the mute button, solo button, and the flip phase button. And you can also send these parts of the drum kit to effects where you can insert maybe a reverb or a room reverb. And you choose here whether to send to the FX1 or the FX2. You have also the overheads and room section. So you have quite a lot of control here on the individual parts of the drum kit. And if you click here, you can move to the right part of the mixer where you have all of the cymbals, the cowbell, claps, things like that. For the purpose of this video, I am just gonna add a little bit of equalization and compression on the kick drum and snare. I am gonna add a little bit of this effects, and also I am gonna add a little bit of equalization and compression to the master drum bus, let's say. Let's move on with the group section. You can choose here different genres. You have the categories, intro, verse, chorus, fill, outro part of the song, the leading hand, the length, 1 bar up to 8 bars, and the time signature, right? And you can play the different loops or groups, which by the way, there are a ton that you can choose from here. So for instance, if you choose here metal, let's say, let's choose a verse, open hi-hat, 2 bars. Let's click play here. You can drag this to your DAW and start to build your song. You can also put different groups as your favorites, and when you click on this star, you're gonna have only the ones that you selected. You can synchronize the BPM to your DAW. You can double the speed by clicking here, or cut the speed in half. The last tab here is the mapping tab, where you are gonna select which parts of the MIDI keyboard you're gonna route to each part of the drum kit, right? For instance, here the snare, the kick drum, and the different parts of the drum kit. Splash. I am gonna show you the before and after of the processing that I did here. I use 2 compressors, for instance, on the kick drum and 2 compressors on the snare. I thought it needed more attack, more smack for this metal track, and I also added a little bit of equalization, these 3 moves on the drum bus, and I also added a little bit of compression. Let's listen now. The drums are in isolation for the moment. Please let me know down below in the comments, my friends, what are your thoughts on this free version of Modo Drums? What do you think of the sounds that you can get and what do you think of the features? Do you have another perhaps a plugin for drums that is your favorite? Please let me know. I will be more than glad to read your opinions about this. Before we go, I would like to invite you to my website, amnorhunter.com, where I have some cool freebies for you. I have some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers. Also, I have some free tools available, a huge collection of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack for rock and metal sound, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free resources and content. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it very much. I will see you very soon on the next one. All right? Take care.